I've never really thought about how much smaller the packaging has gotten for figures now. But since Stinger is one of the figures I still have the box for some reason, yeah, here we go. I mean, the figures are about the same size as they were back in Stinger's day, so if anything, I'm actually kind of okay with the smaller boxes myself, but I'm sure most people are gonna complain about this for no reason. Anyway, let's get to talking about the toy. Hello and welcome to anyone and everyone who's decided to watch this video. And today, I'm going to be rambling on about Transformers Studio Series concept art KSI-Widow, aka Widowmaker, from the concept art of Transformers Age of Extinction, my favorite of the live-action Transformers movies, and a piece of concept art I have always loved. I've always thought the Widowmaker character looked cool, and I was kind of sad that she got replaced with Stinger, but at the same time I was kind of happy because I bet she would have had the exact same role as Stinger, as basically just being a nobody drone. So I'm glad this design wasn't wasted on that. But yeah, and Stinger was fun enough, but it did become weird because his design is clearly the Bumblebee design. They already came up for that movie painted red, but he shows up before Bumblebee evolves to that new design, so it makes it look like Bumblebee is copying Stinger, so that is weird. Just because it's my favorite movie doesn't mean I can't critique it. We're allowed to critique the things we love, okay? But Widowmaker, she's here. She's finally real. She's orange instead of red, which I like. She's a nice shade of orange. She's a very fun toy, too. She's really cool. She's a very fictional car here, very somewhat Lamborghini-esque. This really makes me wish I had the Shadow Raider, the orange repaint of Lockdown, to put her next to, but I do not. And yeah, she's really cool looking. She's got some details here, clear windows as usual. You can kind of see something in the back that we're going to have to talk about because I was not expecting it. But overall, this is just a nice looking car. And I've noticed some people complaining about live action Transformers as some of them old 80s kids do. Being like, oh, why are they all sports cars? I miss when they were junker vans. And it's like, wait a minute. What? Like, the G1 cast were sports cars. I mean, Jazz was a one-of-a-kind real-world race car. And so was Wheeljack and Smokescreen. Like, almost none of them were regular street vehicles. They were all sports cars and race cars, for crying out loud. If anything, yeah, there's still luxury cars in the movies, but you see these cars driving around. I've seen plenty of Lambos and Corvettes driving around. I don't know who the heck is owning them, but, like, I don't know who owns every car I see on the road, but I see plenty of fancy sports cars. Like, these are fine disguises. There's really nothing wrong with them. Like, if you don't like the movies, fine, but you don't need to come up with an excuse to hate every single second of it. But yeah. What's that say on the back? Oh, wait a minute, is this a real car? Because isn't that a real car brand, McLaren? Does she have real licensing on her? They would say that on the box if it was real. Let's quickly check. What do you know? She is. It is a McLaren licensed vehicle. Huh. And there's the logo on the hood. I did notice when I was transforming her, she had a logo there. So this is a real car. It's not a Lambo, it's a McLaren. But that's cool. I'm surprised they went out of their way to license a real car for her. That makes her feel even more like a proper figure for the collection. And I know they renamed her to KSI-Widow because of legal reasons with Overwatch. Because they wanted to pretend she is one of the KSI drones from the final battle. That's why they did it. That's totally why they did it. But she's still going to be Widowmaker to me. And since she was replaced with Stinger, let's bring in Stinger here for a little comparison. And these two look really nice together. Really good evil car guys. Evil car boy, evil car girl. And yeah, this makes me glad they changed her from red to orange, just having the two side by side, because they stand out from each other a bit more. They're, of course, completely different cars as well, but the color difference does help a lot. So we've talked enough about this car mode. It's really nice. I really like it. I'm glad to see that it's a real car. I can't believe they went out of their way to do that. It makes me like this figure even more. But I was about to whoosh her off to go to the robot mode, but no. I know I normally skip the transformations, but we gotta talk about it this time because her transformation is very fun, very interesting. Honestly, I'm really liking this toy. Might be one of my tops of the year from Transformers, but for transformation, first we have to pop up her back and then get in here. We gotta get to the hood. This would probably be easier without the gloves, but I actually think I'm gonna, for clearance, maybe see if I can, come on, get my finger in here maybe instead. Need to pop open. Her whole top of the car comes off. There we go, there we go, we got the hood. And voila, there's the big robot. She does open up all like this, and look at this. Her weapons are stored inside the vehicle mode. Like, what? We have not seen this in, like, over a decade. And I'm not even talking about, like, vehicle parts becoming the weapons, because we haven't seen that in a while, and I'm kind of glad that's gone. Unless it's, like, alternator style where it becomes the engine. This one is in a lot tighter than the other one is. But, like, proper weapon storage that isn't just plastering it to the side of the car. Oh my gosh, that's cool. I'm gonna wait till after I get her transformation further to get that more tighter gun in, so out, I mean, because we'll get a bit better clearance that way. Yeah, and it's a very interesting transformation too. And at first I thought she was just going to be a retool of Q because of the way her car parts went over her shoulder, but no, she is her own mold. She is her own lady. Dang, I got this gun really far in her leg. So, unclip this. And then this would all fold up into her legs. I need to focus on getting that gun out, so hang on. I got it out. It's fine. It was in there shockingly tight. So basically you just... Let's actually unclip her legs. Maybe not yet. You, like, fold all this stuff in on itself like that, and there we go. Just pull her legs apart, put this in, pull down the feet, and there you go. It's an extremely simple transformation, my preferred transformation style, but very fun. The biggest problem is probably these side things on her hips kind of hitting her door cape. But overall, that's it. That's pretty good. And she is very different looking from the concept art. The head is pulled straight from it, though. Mostly because she has to become a car, and a different car from what Stinger did, because I'm pretty sure she was supposed to be the same car as Stinger was in the movie if she had been used. Oh, and also inside her doors are little tabs that you can store her guns if you do not want her using them. So that's pretty neat. Oh, get that tabbed back in. That was coming apart. So that's pretty cool, but at the same time, you can also slide her guns onto her arms to give her arm cannons, and that's pretty good. I like that. You can see there's a little groove here on the top side, and there's a similar one here on the bottom, and then she's also got these spikes on her arms. Well, that's a fun little detail, and you basically just slide this part of the cannon over those, and she's got arm blasters, so that's pretty fun. They're obviously not compatible with any like blast effects because they don't have pegs sticking out on the front of them, but who wants those anyway? She's a simple looking figure. Mine does have little loose hips, so that is a flaw with her. So like loose hip balls, and I don't really like these panels on the thighs. But other than that, this is a good figure. This is a really nice figure. I'm really digging her. She's simple, but she's interesting. She's unique. I would be interested to see what kind of retools or repaints we could get out of her. There's the torso. Kind of interesting details. It reminds me actually of Hot Rod a little bit. Movie Hot Rod. Maybe that's the black and orange. Maybe this is a secret pre-tool for a redo of Hot Rod. Why would they redo Hot Rod? I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but I feel like that'd be a weird character to redo at this point. She does have some tiny feet. Like, they do look a bit tiny compared to her legs. She's also got joints on her knee pads for some reason. I don't know why. I doubt we're meant to keep them folded down like this in robot mode, and they have to be like this in vehicle mode as well. So no real reason. A lot of the basic Transformers posability, no ankle tilt for some reason. That's kind of common on Studio Series. It's probably because there's a lot of stuff going on here, hinge-wise, for the transformation with the feet up and folding out the back panel. There probably just wasn't room for an ankle tilt. But yeah, she can do all the poses. Again, mine has wobbly hips. I hope that's not a common occurrence, but like I can live with it. And overall, she's a very fun-looking figure, very, very simple, but I am liking her. She's a nice addition. She was definitely the one I was hoping for the most when they announced this whole concept art series idea. Let's get past the Bumblebee concept art, even though I do like that Sunstreaker figure. And let's give us a Widowmaker, and now I don't know what I would even want from the concept art series. I guess Bloodhound from Rise of the Beasts. But this was the one thing I wanted the most from the concept art of the movies, and I'm glad we got it. So let's do some quick comparisons. First off, we gotta compare her to the boy Stinger, a figure that I remember not liking that much. This was one of the figures that made me, as a lover of live-action Transformers, not like Studio Series, because I didn't really think he was that good, but pulling him out again for this side-by-side with her, transforming him again, there's still some things I don't like about him, like how they couldn't figure out anything to do with his roof, so it folds into a semi-version of his arm cannon on the side of his arm. I'm not the biggest fan of that, even though it doesn't really look that bad. It's just inaccurate. And I'm still not a big fan of how they worked his backpack onto him. But honestly, I'm kind of like, did I really hate this figure that much? It's not the worst thing in the world. It's just not the best thing. Widow here is way better, but he's not that bad of a figure. I'm still glad we didn't get a Age of Extinction Bumblebee out of this mold as a reshell of this mold. I'm kind of shocked we didn't. We still don't have an Age of Extinction Bumblebee in either of his forms. But yeah, they look good together. It's really cool to see them side by side. These are obviously the two characters. Well, he's the character you would want to put her next to, since he's who she was replaced with, and they look nice together. They make a nice little team. And just because I, for some reason, until getting her in hand, thought she was a Q retool, here's Q. Just because. Just for a little side-by-side, just so we get some Autobot in here. But yeah, she is a very fun figure, a very simple figure, but I like her. A new Ladybot for the collection, and a new Ladybot for the movie collection, so that's pretty cool. We'll get these two out of the way, and yeah, Transformers Studio Series KSI-Widow, very simple, very Halloween-y in her colors as well, the blacks and oranges, and I like her. She was a dream figure of mine. I've always loved that concept art. One more thing I haven't really pointed out, I did point out the face sculpt, but I do just like the idea they didn't introduce with her because Beast Machines did it already, and also she wasn't the first live action movie character to do it because Q did it too, of giving a Transformer actual hair. I don't think it should be the default. I don't think it should replace helmets on Transformers heads, but I would like a couple more Transformers characters that do the hair thing. Okay, that's about it. It's a really good figure. I really like it. She's very unique, very fun, very simple, but I think that's a good thing. She's a nice figure to play around with. If you love Age of Extinction like I do, then you gotta add her to the collection. If you just like unique Transformers figures, I think she's one worthy of the collection. And yeah, is she perfect? No. These panels and the floppy hips that I hope are just my copy, but that's about it. So yeah, I think she's worth it. She might be one of my tops of the year. Honestly, I'm getting that vibe off of her, and that makes me very happy. So yeah, I've rambled on enough here. Thank you all for watching, and see you guys around.
Greetings, human germs. It is I, Skywarp. Lord Megatron demands that you subscribe to this channel. If you do, then you may be spared from the Decepticon conquest of Earth. You would be wise to do as he says.